A Missouri couple files lawsuit after becoming deathly ill from Listeria. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. Actually, the same coffee we were having before. Guys, I was reading this story after finishing up our last news break, and I had to talk about this it's a sad story. It really is. And, with everything happening, with all of the different recalls for possible contamination of Listeria, I was reading through this one on Newsweek here right after I read through the different cinnamon recall that we went over in our last video. I'm just going to read some of this here and it's sad, and these things, I wanted to read this to you guys for a couple reasons. One, it kind of hit home like, hey, this is real. This is real. This is not fake. It is happening to people. People are getting sick. People have been hospitalized for these things, and we need to take caution. If you are just now joining us, or if you're new to the channel, make sure you check back a few videos. We cover all of the different recalls on the boar's head meats, but there's been a lot of cases of Listeria going around through different vegetables. It has affected Walmart, Aldi, Kroger, and possibly a lot of other places. Stop and Shop, or Shop and Stop, the one out east, I know it's really affected them. They've been cleaning out their entire deli cases and everything, along with other places that have been cleaning theirs out too. But this is in Missouri, okay? So this is kind of further out. This is further out west, probably the furthest west point that we've gotten to, which means that it is spreading. It is hitting all corners here. So, I know some people have said that you haven't seen or heard anything out at your stores, but, just pay attention. Make sure you're mindful of some of these things going on. We have a whole list of videos that we've put out over the last few days. I highly encourage you to check those out so that you are aware of what's going on and what we need to do to be safe. Okay, so I'm going to go read a little bit of this here. Food safety and injury lawyers filed a complaint on behalf of the plaintiffs in St. Louis Circuit Court, naming Boar's Head Provisions Company Incorporated and Schnucks Markets Incorporated as defendants. Boar's Head is currently under investigation by the Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention, CDC, and the Food Safety and Inspection Service, the FSIS, after routine testing found one of its products contained Listeria, a bacteria that can cause serious and sometimes fatal illnesses. The products have been linked to a multi-state outbreak of the disease that has hospitalized 33 people. Now, this was the number from yesterday, too. Okay, now, the actual number was 34, but one of them, I guess, didn't have to be hospitalized. There have been 2 known deaths of this as well, one out in Illinois and one in New Jersey. The woman purchased a liverwurst product made by Boar's Head from a Schnucks supermarket in June and was hospitalized in early July after becoming deathly ill, end quote, according to a statement from the couple's lawyers. A statement from OFT, Food Safety and Injury Lawyers, reads, quote, testing confirmed that she was suffering from a life-threatening Listeria infection. Thankfully, she survived after a long and harrowing hospitalization, but then endured a lengthy stay at a rehabilitation facility to continue her recovery. Boar's Head has confirmed 9 products are subject to recall, which they have a link here on Newsweek. I do like that with Newslink and some other different articles, things that they're pulling off the FDA website anyway, but they have links to lead you to those said products, including one liverwurst product, which was found to contain the bacterium, and 8 other deli meat items that were produced on the same line and on the same day. And that should be a testament to how this can spread, because if it's being sliced up and stuff, whether it affected the liverwurst first, and then maybe you clean a little bit, but then you're cross-contaminating other meats that have gone, or maybe through the processing plant, we're not too sure yet, as this will probably be an ongoing investigation for months, maybe a year. I don't know. These investigations take a long time, though. I do know that. According to the most recent updates from the CDC, which is also a link on Newsweek for you, there have been 35 illnesses reported in relation to the outbreak across 13 states. So I guess there has been one more added. And the CDC also has come out and said that there's probably many more. There's probably many more because some people it just does not affect, or you may just feel a little icky for a day, probably, like with anything, if you have a healthy immune system, it's pretty much the same for everything. It affects more in children, senior citizens, pregnant women, and, people who have compromised immune systems is where it kind of hits the most. 13 states is what they still have on here, but we're going to go ahead and cover those states real quick. So pay attention. Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, which was added yesterday, Massachusetts, Maryland, Minnesota, Missouri, New York, New Jersey, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Wisconsin. In total, about 207,528 pounds. I was right. I didn't have that in front of me. I remember that number. Woohoo! Just, I don't know. Try you guys either laugh or scream, guys. In total, about 207,528 pounds of meat is being recalled. The recall has been given a Class 1 risk classification, which is the highest risk, and the products have been branded unfit for human consumption. Quote, unfortunately, we've seen this before with deli meats, said Ryan Osterholm, an attorney for the couple. Quote, it gets in the facility, and if you're not doing deep cleans often enough, it sticks around. That's how Listeria proliferates. From there, it gets into the food, and it makes people very sick. Then people get hospitalized, and sometimes, far too often, people die. Okay. Quote, consumers who have purchased these products are urged to clean refrigerators thoroughly to prevent the risk of cross-contamination. It said in a statement on July 26. Consumers with questions relating to the recall can contact Boar's Head Provisions Company at 1-800-352-6277. 1-800-352-8277. Guys, I just wanted to bring this story to you guys. That is all they have on this different story. I do urge people to check these different websites. The FDA is one where you can get the straight facts that are coming from this directly. But Newsweek, USA Today, Food Safety News, all of these news websites do a good job of covering all this information. And we've been finding new news stations online that have been covering it as well. And guys, that's just one story. And hopefully we don't have to read any more. Okay, but we said this was going to happen, and I am one that is never ashamed to be wrong. I came out, I said, this is going to spread, it's going to keep getting bigger. I was hoping that I was wrong and that it just wouldn't happen, but here we are, and Listeria is getting on a lot of different things. We've covered all the different vegetables that has happened, all the different packaged vegetables from Weir's Farm, 2 different outlets here. Okay, that's kind of the strange thing, Sometimes we'll see different things with Listeria and like maybe cheese or dairy products or like ice cream, but it's like it's getting on everything here. Weir's Farms, WEIRS, I believe it is. Weir's Farms, who deals a lot of produce with Kroger, Walmart, Aldi. That a lot of that has had the potential. I say potential because that's what they always say. Okay, obviously if it's being recalled, then they found it somewhere. Okay, so if they, and they're recalling all of these different products. Aldi came out the other day with a couple other products that they were getting rid of, with the different green beans, the packaged green beans, the green peppers. Check your fridge, guys. Make sure that these dates, I can't go over all of them all the time. You'll just have to check online. You can check on Aldi's website. You can check on any store's website and see which products have been recalled. I know they were the jalapeno peppers also through Aldi. So, I don't know. We just have to, like I say, keep moving forward and just keep checking these things. We will continue to keep you updated on all this information going on. I just wanted to go over this little story right here because I felt it was really important to to tell this story, or to read this story because to show that it's affecting people, right? This is someone that it could have taken their life, and it's something that you really have to pay attention to because it's kind of hidden. It all started with cucumbers and the vegetables, and then boar's head, and then all of a sudden a whole slew of different vegetables are now affected. So, again, I don't bring this information here to scare you. I bring this information here to make you aware of what's going on and to pay attention. And they talk easily about cleaning out your fridge. You need to really, if you've found some of these products in your fridge, you need to do a rigorous cleaning job. You need to make sure that anything that you have put the meat on or vegetables on, that you clean those products really good. Wash your hands really good. And as in short here, wash all of your vegetables. Wash all of your fruits and vegetables. All of them. Some people, we have viewers on the channel that talk about several different ways that they wash their vegetables and make sure that everything is off the vegetables. And I don't know. I mean, you do the best you can. Like I always say, I got my little brush and I wash them as good as I can. And that's all we can do. And just pay attention to the things going on, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.